Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Cole. It's Monday morning, April 18th, and we're now entering week 7 of Political Science 1013 on the second 8-week schedule for the spring 2022 term. Everybody, we have an exam coming up next week. That will be exam 3, and all we'll have left after that is the final exam as far as exams go. We will be having one more discussion after exam 3, and I'll be getting that out after we take the exam. That exam will cover units 5 and 6 on the presidency and the federal bureaucracy. You should be moving on now from the Unit 5 class notes to the Unit 6 class notes. Finish up the Unit 5 class notes. Unit 6 is a fairly brief set of class notes, so you should be sure you have looked at all that and the textbook assignments by the time we take the exam, which is coming up next week, I believe on Tuesday the 26th. So we'll have more to say about that later on over the weekend when I get another video out to you all. Okay. Well, the exam will cover Units 5 and 6, principally the class notes, and 4 articles we've asked you to look at. 3 about the presidency and 1 about the federal bureaucracy, given that the bureaucracy unit is shorter. The Unit 6 class notes is a shorter unit than Unit 5. Let me say this about the federal bureaucracy and our class notes. There's a couple of things we try to do in the Unit 6 class notes. We look at the structure of the federal bureaucracy. It's worth noting, we're talking about most of the government here in terms of the number of people employed. Sometimes they call it the 4th branch of government, but technically speaking, most of it would come under the executive branch. There are cabinet level departments and other independent agencies. There are several types of entities, many of which are not part of any cabinet level department. Then we move on to try to discuss difficulties that the executive branch, especially the president, may have controlling the bureaucracy. Okay. They call it the 4th branch of government because bureaucrats sometimes do what they want to do, no matter what the president or even the cabinet secretaries think. Practically speaking, they have a good deal of independence, if only because the bureaucracy is so big. It's very difficult to supervise politically. Sometimes, and research has borne this out, bureaucrats and bureaucratic agencies may collude with committees of Congress and with pressure groups to keep government programs going and to continue to spend money. And some people think that that contributes to the size of the federal government and the level of federal spending. We discussed this a bit in the Unit 6 links that we've sent out, and there are a couple of links there you might look at that go back a decade or so that illustrate this so-called iron triangle phenomenon that you'll see discussed in the Unit 6 class notes. All right then, so that's about all we have for now. We're finishing up with Unit 5, moving on to Unit 6, and we'll have an exam, exam 3, covering Units 5 and 6, the class notes, and some outside readings that we've assigned, and we sent the links out in our announcement for that exam. That will be coming up next week on Tuesday the 26th. So finish up looking at Unit 5, move on to Unit 6, which is a fairly short set of class notes. And we'll say more to you about the exam and about what we'll be doing after that when we talk to you this weekend in about 6 days' time. So study hard, take it easy, and we'll talk to you in a few days.